see what we're doing here. So let's say, so we need to find n first. So n equals int input. Okay, so let's get some input, and then we're going to start with for n in range. So we'll go from 1, well 1's always prime, but 1 to n, and it's got to be plus 1, so it's inclusive. And for, is prime equals false. So for, no, I guess, Let's see here. Check in range n. I'm just kind of guessing here because I haven't really done this before. But so we're gonna search from 1 to n. We know 1's prime. So if n percent check equals, no, it doesn't equal 0. Am I doing this right? Is prime equals true? No, equals false. Not equal. Should I think about it? I'm not sure how to do that one. Let's give it some thought. So let's see here. So we're gonna say, so let's say it's 10 prime. So we divide it by 2. Doesn't work. Okay. Aha. So we're going to assume it's true. And then if we get equals, there we go. 0 is prime is false. False. And if is prime, print -1. Yeah, I'm just kind of trying to figure this out here. Give me a second. Print n. Let's see if that works. Nope. Oh, the n range for x. I know these are really bad variable names. I apologize. What the heck am I doing wrong? Anybody have any ideas? Oh, for heaven's sakes. Let's say find 100. True, okay. True is capitalized in Python, but not in Java. I hate that kind of stuff. Integer division, alright. If, what's it called? Integer division. So, let's just say 5. 0 division, check. Check can't be 0, so we're going to start at 2. Alrighty, let's try it again. Well, that's a start. We gotta print x, not n. So that happens to use bad variable names. Alright. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Yeah. Okay. So there's all your primes up to, it's not the first 100 primes, but it's all the first primes up to 100. So I'll put that over here. So that was for Gennaro 63. Oh, sorry, no, that was for Lars, who wanted to find the primes. Again, I don't think it's the best way to do it, but it does work. Okay, sorry, my chat just updated here, so I missed a couple messages. So at yeah, as no, sure I'll say it. Mokshu. Sorry, I can't read Cyrillic. We don't need to go all the way up to x minus 1. It's actually like, I think as he says, x divided by 2. Because once we get over half, we know it's not divisible. So we can cut that down a little bit. And that should still give the correct answer. Yeah. So thanks for that. Yeah, Java makes itself felt. For sure. Yeah, I teach this stuff, but I'm still a student myself too. You're always learning. Wow. Jeez. How old are you now? Sorry, I can't say. Maxim. Sorry. Thank you, buddy. Maxim, how old are you now? If you were a schoolboy when you started watching this. Okay, so we got a question from Gennaro about making a GUI. I haven't done this for a while. Actually, if I go to my YouTube channel, which I assume most of you are familiar with, there's actually some tutorials about that. They're written in Python, they're written in Python 2. They should work pretty well. So let me pull one of those up real quick just to kind of refresh my memory because I haven't done this for a while. Let's see here. Playlists, and I've got probably where we got here playlist on. Trying to figure out which one's the easiest one. That's a little bit harder. See if I can find the artist album. Yeah, let me see if I can find I know which one I want, I just can't find it. It was a while back. I'll leave the link here too as well, if I can find it. Wow, got a lot of videos. Some are good, some are bad. There we go. Here's the first at Gennaro. Here is. But I'll do a little bit. I'll do a little live here. Okay, so let me get past the ads and. Okay, that's how we do it. Okay, it's been a while. So basically, I'm going to just get rid of that. Sorry. Thanks, Lars, for the question. Okay, this is from Gennaro, 63? 63 was it? And, yeah. So, basic GUI stuff. Now, I think I'm actually still on Python 2 because my schoolwork requires it. So basically, what we're going to do is we're going to use something called tk-enter. So in Python 2.7, you might have, it's import tk-enter. So what we can do, but in Python 3, it's tk-enter, like that. So what we can do is use a try loop. Try, so we say import tk-enter as tk, and accept import tk-enter as tk. So what that does is it will try to import tk-enter, capital TK. That's Python 2.7. So if you're on Python 3, you'll get an error. And so that's what this does. There's an error. It's going to import tk-enter, which is Python 3's version. And either way, we're using as tk. What that means is we're calling tk-enter tk. So both of the sets of code will work. So the first thing we need to do is to create a root window. Okay. So I'm just going to call that root, and we use tk.tk, that's just the command. And then at the very end of the code, I'm going to do nothing after. At the very end, we have to start the main event loop. And to do that, we type root.mainLoop. And then we also add here root.destroy, but I don't think we need that actually. Okay, so I'm saving that. I'm going to close this, close that, close all those. And I'm going to run this and see what happens. Okay, so you can see here, I've got a little window that I can now start putting stuff into. Yeah, sorry, Brendan. My microphone's it's like 4 in the morning here, 4:50 in the morning. I couldn't sleep, and I couldn't find my cable. I have a really good mic, but I couldn't find the cable, so I'll have that next time. But I'm glad Spooky Needle likes that. It's an appropriate nickname. Okay, so I've got my little window. So what I have to do is I have to start adding stuff to it. Okay, so there's different types of things I can add to it. You can see the bottom of the code. Oh, geez. Let me check. Hang on. Oh, yeah, I see that. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was cut off. Let me fix that for you. Thanks for letting me know. How's that? Let's see here. No, that's really small. Okay. Let's scroll down a little bit. And hopefully that's a little bit better. Yeah, thanks, Brendan. Yeah, I didn't know, but like I said, I'll fix that for next time. I'm using something called OBS Studio, and I'm just kind of learning how it works. Okay, so there you go, Gennaro. Okay, so next thing I want to do is I want to create what's called, so let me put a bunch of space down here. This is scroll up. Now what we have to do is we have to actually add widgets. Hi, Galva. Now this will work with Python. So here, I'll put a little comment here. 2.7 and Python 3.x. So yeah, this section here, it doesn't matter if it's 2.7 or 3x, it will work, as far as I know. So I'll try to leave it on the screen for you. Okay, so I'm going to add the widgets. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just add something simple. I'm going to add a label. And a label is one of the types of widgets. So here's what I got to do. I'm going to type label, and I'm just going to call this title. And it equals TK. That's this TK here. Dot label. Notice it's capitalized. And I want this to go into my root window, which is here. So this and this have to be the same. Capitalization counts. And I want the text to equal. I'll say, yeah, welcome to my live office hours. Again, sorry for my voice. It's like I said, it's almost 5 a.m. here. I couldn't sleep tonight, so. And let's see. We'll get back to that. So got a lot going on here. And yeah, that should do it. Okay, so now this I want to show you. Widgets, Galva. Widgets are the little GUI elements. So you've got labels, you've got buttons, you've got text boxes, and different things that go into a GUI. Basically, if you follow this tutorial, I'm putting a link in again. This will help get you started. But just be careful with the importing. If you're using Python 3, TK enter needs to be lowercase. At the Info Club, you're very welcome. I haven't done this before. I did it once, like maybe a year ago. I'm usually very, very busy, but I woke up at 3 in the morning and I couldn't sleep, so I thought I would do something productive. Okay, so I'm going to show you. So I've made this widget, and here's the code that does that. So I'm going to run this, and here's my window, and there's no widget. Okay, so the second thing we have to do is I'm going to use pack. Label title.pack. That actually puts it into the window for you. So I'm going to go ahead and run that again. And now you can see down here it's changed a little bit. And hopefully you can see that. You'll see here, there's my little widget. It's a label. And you can see how the text of the label matches this as well. Okay. And actually one more thing I want to do here. I think it's root.title. Tokyo EdTech. It's my Twitter handle. At Tokyo EdTech office hours. Okay, so that should change this TK to something. So let's run that. Yeah, there we go. And so you can see how the title has changed. Yeah, I gotta work on that. Okay, so let's see real quick. Don't have a huge amount of time because it's getting to be a little bit, well, it's always been late since I got on. But a couple other things. Let's add another type of widget. So I'm going to add a button. So I'm going to call this BTN. And I just do this, you don't have to call it BTN underscore. I do that to make it very clear what each widget does and what each widget is. And so we'll call this button, I don't know, what can we call it? Well, I'll just call it check since it's what I call it here. So again, tk.button, capital B-U-T-T-O-N. And then, again, I got to put root because it's going into my root window. And then what do I want my button to say? Text equals, say click me. Okay. And this is where we got to think about what we're going to do here. So I'm going to put a command in. What's going to happen when I click that button? So for now, I'm just going to do root.quit, and that should close the window. Okay. Again, I'm going to run it. Something's going to go wrong, so I want you to think about that. So we go F5. Okay, so it didn't appear. The button's not there. So if you remember, we have to do what? So hopefully you're saying to yourself, I got to pack it. So see where I packed it? So button underscore check dot pack. Okay, so I'm going to run it. And so now you can see that I've got like a nice little button here. It says click me. And again, when I click it, it should quit this whole window. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so that's very exciting. So let's do something just a little bit more interesting. At Info Club, a lot of people use something called Qt, which is really, really advanced. And it's really has a lot of really great features. It's cross-platform, works on Windows, Mac, and Linux. That's probably the go-to. There's a couple others like WX widgets, I believe, and there's probably a few other smaller ones. But tkinter is the one that comes with Python, so you don't have to install it. So it's really convenient and easy to use. It's not very pretty, but it does work. It's simple to get going. I use it with my students, and they seem to get it pretty well. So one other thing I want to show you here is I can make a function, and I'm going to call this, say, I'll just call it check, or it doesn't matter, call it whatever. And what I want to do is I want to change this label from welcome to hello or something like that. Okay, so what I would do is I get the name of the widget, the label. You're welcome, Info Club. So label title, and I'm pretty sure it's this. I haven't done this for a while. Equals. There's another way to do it. Equals. Hi. Okay, but I think this will do it. So what I got to do here is, this says check, and I'm going to put check here. Now notice I am not putting, don't put parentheses. Okay, it's a bit more complicated. You have to do something else if you want to put parentheses and pass a value. So I'm going to hit F5, run that. And if you're reading the code, when I click this button, so button check, I made a command called check, a function or method, whatever, depending on what you want to call it. And I use that, so when I click this, this hopefully will change to high. Okay, and there we go. That did change, so I'm really happy that worked out. So that's kind of the basics of getting a GUI running. Again, I would definitely recommend checking out my basic GUI guessing game. Again, I'll put the link here one more time. And that's part one. There are, I think, 5 parts. It walks you through how to do that. But again, if you're using Python 3, which hopefully you are, I'm just using Python 2 because my school still requires it. So this will give you both versions. Okay? Or if you're using Python 3, you just do import tk enter as tk. But this will, if you're not sure what version you have, then this will work. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Oh, and hi, Mahesh. Sorry I missed that. Okay. Okay, I don't think I... Alrighty, yeah, let's see here. Anywho, let's see, it's 5 a.m. here, and I should probably try and get a little rest, I guess. You're welcome. Oh, sorry, Maxim. I misunderstood. Um, my understanding of decorators is that, it kind of adds information. So like you can do things like type checking and things like that, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I need to learn about that too. Again, but I just haven't gotten to a situation where I really need to, use them. You are very welcome at Gennaro. Muhammad, what's up? Okay, some GUI stuff. Okay, this is kind of interesting. Mohammed's asking about run length encoding, which I'd never heard of, but I just did a little Googling, and here's what it is. So I'm just going to try to encode. I'm going to try to encode the example given on that Wikipedia page. So let's do that one real quick, and then I'll probably have to get going here. Let's see here. Let's see, Muhammad. And assalamu alaikum, my friend. Muhammad. And let's see here. RLE. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Okay, well, Muhammad, watch and learn, bud. I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens. I've never done this either. Okay, so... Okay, string equals... Okay, so according to run length encoding, what it says here on Wikipedia is that it takes a string. So let's see here, expected output. Let's see here. Yeah, sorry about the sound. Nothing I can do about it right now. So this is a 4 in the morning experiment. Okay, so basically what we want to do is we want to turn this into this. Okay, so the reason is we've got 12 W's. We got 1 B, 12 W's, 3 B's. It's 24 W's, 1 B, and 14 W's. Okay, so let's kind of give this a shot. So basically what I want to do is I want to start with this character. And so that's going to be string 0. Okay, so I'm going to say current character equals string 0. Thanks, Prince Kumar. I'm not from the best, but I do what I can. So I'm going to start with this W, and the count plus the current count equals 1. Okay, because I'm starting with the first W. Okay, and I'm going to use index equals 2. I'm sorry, 1. Okay, because this is 0 and this is 1. So my index is where we're at in the string. So let's try this a second here. So what do I do? So while the index is less than the length of the string, so if string index equals let's see here, current character. Then we say current count plus equals 1. We add 1 to the current count. And we do index plus equals 1. So what we're saying here is, put that together. So we're going to start with this character, which is a capital W. That's string 0. So we've got 1 W. And then we're going to start here because we want to compare this to this. So if the current string index equals the current character, so 1 equals this, equals this, equals this, we're going to add 1 to the count. This is how we're going to keep track of it. Now what happens when we get to B, okay, is they no longer equal. So else, okay, so let's go up a little bit, and so then we'll say we can just print current. Actually, this is Python, so we got to do. Let's see here. I'll change this in a bit, but change that, and then dot format. So I want to print the current count. That's how many characters we have. And the character is current character. Okay, now this is going to print down. I'll fix that in a bit. And let's see here. Then we have to say our current character equals string index, and then our current count is now back to 1. And we still want to do index plus equals 1, because we want to compare that now to the next character in the next loop. So let's run that and see what happens. I think that's close. Okay, yeah, that basically did it. So you see we got 12W, 1B, 12W, 3B, 24W, 1B, and I missed something. What did I miss? Oh, 1B. It stopped at some point. Why is that? Less than or equal to? Oh, I can understand. Yeah. Okay. So what's happening here is that because we never got to this else, because the last part works, so what we got to do down here basically is just print this again. So whatever's left over at the end, that last 14 W's, is what we need. So I'm going to run that again, make sure I got that right. There we go. Okay, so that gives you the answer. This is the same output. Now I just printed it down, I didn't print it across. I'll leave that to you to figure out. If this was Python 3, it would be easy to do, but it's not Python 3. It's a little bit harder. But this basically gives us, this is the hard part, I think, here. So let me just go through that code one more time for Mohammed. And so basically, we've got a string, and then we're starting with W, the 0th character. And it's the first character, so there's a 1. And then what we want to do is we want to compare it to the first character. 0 character and then 1 character. So while the index, this, is less than the length, we check, does this equal this? Does this equal this? Does this equal this? Does this equal this? Etc., etc. If so, we add 1 to the count, we move up and check the next character, come around. Now when it doesn't, when we get to B, we print out the count, the character, and then we change the current character to the B, and then we change the count to 1, because it's the first of its kind, but we still add 1 to the index, which is here. And we start the process, we compare W to B, and since it doesn't equal, we print it and go on, so on and so forth. Galva, can I test with www? Yes, sure. Let's comment that out. String equals www. And I'm going to run it, and we should get 4W. And there we go. 4W. You are welcome, Mohammed. Yeah, that's pretty cool, Galva. I've never tried that before. Never even heard of it, to be honest. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Actually, I might actually give this to my students as an assignment. It's a pretty cool one. So thanks, Mohammed, for making that suggestion. Anywho, it is 5:20 in the morning here, and I need to start getting ready for work. I'm gonna make it a quick one, bud. Uh, okay. That's pretty straightforward. So Mohammed's asking about a menu. So basically, what you're gonna do is just say print, menu, okay, and then so you're gonna ask the user for a choice. Now what you can do is you're gonna say print. Actually, probably an easier way to do this is 3 quotation marks, and I'm just gonna do this like this. So if we use A, it's easier. So let's see, enter RLE, B, display ASCII art. And I'm just going to stop there, but because it works about the same. So we're going to ask the user for a choice. Now, if you're on Python 2, it's raw input. I'm on Python 2. If you're on Python 3, it's input. So I'm just going to use raw input for now. What is your choice? Okay, and so basically all I can do is if, well, here's the thing. Notice this is a capital A. We want anything that works with dot upper, so it's uppercase. So if choice equals, yeah, the triple quotation marks is pretty cool, Java. So the choice equals A, print, okay, enter RLE, blah, blah, blah. L if choice equals B, print, display ASCII art. Okay. So you just keep doing that structure the whole time. So I'll run that and show you what that looks like. So here's my menu. So my choice is A, or small a works. And then there you go. So that's basically how you do a menu. It's not super complicated. Mohammed, it sounds like you haven't done a lot of basic Python stuff. So let me find on my channel here. You definitely need this. This is what I use to teach my students. And give me 1 second here, bud. It's called Basic Python for Beginners. I don't know why I can't find it. Yeah, it's really weird. There we go. So yeah, Mohammed, definitely you need to watch this. Okay, everybody. Like I said, I gotta run. Gotta get ready for work. It's been nice chatting with you. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry about the sound. I know it wasn't the best. Like I said, next time I'll have my microphone set up. I just like I said, it was very early in the morning here, and I just couldn't sleep, so I thought I'd do something productive. So yeah, thanks for joining, and yeah, I'll try and do this again someday. Yeah, well, Mohammed, I mean, a menu like that is pretty straightforward. Yeah, you're welcome, Galva. So stuff like that. This is just a standard. I don't know how to put it. This is like just a standard, structure. So here's your choices, here's your input, and here's your options. Okay. But yeah, enjoy the playlist. I hope it helps. And Galva, you are very welcome. Yeah, you guys have a good day too. And I'm gonna go get ready for work. All right, take care. Bye bye. If I can figure out how to turn this off. End stream.